it's always a pyramid structure for me. You start at the bottom by actually forming the base really, really well and getting a very strong foundation of the basic rules before you move up the pyramid to the more complex issues. Law or any other discipline is usually very, very complex. There's lots of, nuances to whatever area you're lecturing on. But making sure that you build up the concepts from ground base level. Always assume. I always teach to the last student in the class first. So in other words, I don't shoot up to the top student, but I want to make sure the top students can also get the best out of the subject. So I always start with the basics, but then I start building up. Now, I might lose some students along the way because it gets more and more complex, but that's their problem, not necessarily the problem the way it's being delivered, because I think that I've started at the absolute basics. So I won't assume knowledge necessarily at all. What I will do is I'll start with the absolute basics, and hopefully they can come through the sort of layers of the pyramid and get as high as they possibly can. Given that some concepts are so complex that it really does take a lot of thinking about, and only sometimes the very top students can really grasp the subtleties of some of those things. So, but it gives the students who are at the tail of the subject the chance to at least build up. So it means that when they have problems, they'll have problems maybe at the middle of the pyramid, not necessarily with the absolute basics, because I started with that. So I think it's I suppose my most important advice to a junior academic is structure for your lectures is everything. If you don't have the thing I think students hate the most is lectures that are unstructured and all over the place. If you keep on connecting dots and keep on showing where it fits within the bigger picture, and that's why I said to you at the beginning of the interview that what I do is in the first lecture I outline the whole course. So after lecture one, maybe 40 minutes to an hour of it is explaining what we're going to do in the next 12 classes. So effectively what that does is it gives them a structure of the course. If you keep on going back to that structure in each lecture and then connecting at the end of the lecture what we've learnt and where we're going to the next structure and how that fits in. And like, for instance, I use my textbooks, and there's some sort of core principles in that textbook. I sometimes go back to a page 10, 12 times over the 12 weeks, almost in each lecture, to get them back to where they need to be. Even though 90% of them might not know that, the 10% that don't then can start engaging with the lecture. So it's always good to do that. I mean, you don't need to spend a lot on those things because you don't repeat. I mean, I'm not big on repeating things, but I'm big on enforcing the basic principles. So I won't go into the detail of those principles again, but what I will do is show you why we need to know those to get to our next more complex level. So it's actually, I suppose, dealing with your lectures on a when I say structured basis, on a building block basis, on a scaffolded basis, on a pyramid type of structure.